Hi and welcome to another 1v1 game on the probably the most interesting map there is, the Frontline. And it's JGC Airborne versus Speedfire. And both of these are very competent players. And as we've seen, the Speedfire is pretty. We have a lot of games about Speedfire, but we haven't seen this map in particular so far. So stay tuned for the match, and I'm sure the both players will give their best. So the Speedfire opens by, let's see, 2 or 3 depots, preferably 4 depots. This map is really great in that sense that you can open even 5 depots if you're interesting enough. But in a competitive terms, I think 4 depots is what most players will choose to do here. This map is unique by the rush distance, since you can't really rush on this map, and the main thing is to secure this forest in the middle. So both players get 4 depots, and JGC Airborne is getting an extra base, which I presume will be barracks somewhere here. Let's see, yeah, there's the barracks there, and there's the barracks there.
Building deployment completed.
From what I gathered, JGC Airborne is going to play a little bit more defensively. He actually wanted to take this depot as well, but decides that it's not particularly a good idea and cancels it, since the Speedfire is able to go in and secure his push if he happens to do so. He chooses the decryption and sees that the Speedfire is in fact going for the 5th depot, and he somehow has the deal. I'm kind of surprised that in German versus German, there's a saying in R.U.S.E, if you play German versus German, you should always go air. And I don't know why it is, but it's really efficient. And especially on this map, so I'm really surprised to not see any air yet. But I would guess the air is going to be coming. The JGC Airborne is here, and he's rolling like 2 recons to push out this 1 recon, but Speedfire is getting a light infantry as well. So I think after Speedfire is getting money for the airport, I would guess so. The proper plan would be to get Stukas now, or at least some air fighters, in order to limit the way that your opponent can expand. Also, bombers are pretty useful by circling. The airborne is going hard push with the recons and will attempt to zone out these depots and try to get hold of this forest, and Speedfire has no other means to respond by making his own armored recons and try to defend. The JGC Airborne is leading now by 5 points by killing that infantryman, and as we can see, the JGC Airborne successfully gets the armored recon there. And really funny battle so far. Both of these players are really pumping out recons, since there is no way to actually attack the enemy and zone him out. There's no gaps, and the forests are superior here. And since recons are doing so well against infantry, I believe we are not going to see any other options. Let's see if Speedfire blitzes here. No, he doesn't blitz yet.
Supply line discovered, sir.
Maybe he's out of the cards. The depots are still 5 versus 5, so both players have a lot of money compared to other maps like Blitz. Speedfire, the Airborne makes a strange choice by going here, and actually the Speedfire gets a couple of hits onto the Airborne's recon. Yeah. So the Airborne is transitioning into heavy infantry to be able to push out a really awkward position of Speedfire here. Speedfire tries to secure the forests. Nah, doesn't decide against it. Okay, makes sense. He's still chasing this one particular recon. He will eventually get it, but he will still wreck most of the supplies. Okay, the Speedfire thinks he's got enough and he's gonna finish it up. Everyone really did a lot of job killing that, killing most of these supplies, and actually manages to get into town and finally got it, which kind of puts it in really good shape. Now he has to relocate them back, and as you can see, airborne is making another base, and so is no. Oh, the base is already ready there. The artillery base. I guess he will be pumping one 40mm gun to combat. Yeah, that makes total sense. And after that, he's probably going to pump some Gaubitzes light. Maybe not. Yeah, he will go for the infantry now. Actually, are those Sturmgrenadiers? Yeah, Sturmgrenadiers makes total sense. The recons will try to intercept these couple of guys, and I don't think these guys are going to make it out. Oh, be careful with the flag. Yeah, and airborne is choosing light packs, which are notoriously bad. He doesn't need much against the most recons, but I still think they're not as good as investment as you can get. And yeah, he decides to drop another base. Or two bases, to be exact. So let's see what those bases are. Yeah, there's an artillery and an extra barracks in order to suppress these depot. Maybe this will get intercepted. Let's see about that. Is Speedfire making another? Yeah, he's making Gaubitzes as we told. Actually, 2 or 3 makes complete sense. In overall, even when he sees like these anti-tank guns, that even reinforces the Gaubitzes even more. So the airborne successfully drops his barracks there, and should be able to pump more infantry out, and even in better position. So yeah, there's another barracks coming in for Speedfire as well. You can't really be behind too much in terms of infantry production, since it will lack. Surprisingly, the flak is in a really awkward placement. I'm not sure what he's trying to achieve, and the Stugs are in the game. Yeah, he decides to even blitz. He kind of went into panic mode. And the Stugs will be working at those infantrymen, and those infantrymen are not in a really good position, and he decides to route them out and try to force them on the road, and hopefully escape the guys in the forest. These couple of heavy infantrymen are trying to hunt the flag, but since the Speedfire went into kind of panic mode and retreated the flag, there's not much way for that. Let's see how well the Stug does. Oh, surprisingly enough, Speedfire has managed to get an armored recon there, and hopefully will stay there, and nothing could take him out there. Pax managed to retreat a couple of armored recons back without much problem, and Speedfire is doing really good job of just slaughtering infantrymen from the distance, and Stugs aren't really that great against killing infantry in the woods. Although he gets a really couple of nice shots in the against the flag, and the flag should die. Yeah, the flag dies. Oh, the Speedfire suddenly moves out his recon. This would be trouble. I thought he was in such a good position there. But now he has to leave because the pack is going to destroy. Airborne makes a smart move of trying to conquer this depot as well, trying to harass and push there, and Speedfire automatically responds by making a couple more infantry. And Speedfire decides to take it to the long game by making admin building, which is a rather smart choice, but he probably had some money saved up, and he thought he was doing really great by slaughtering a lot of infantrymen there. So we can see, no air has been still introduced yet, and I'm surprised to see the air, surprised to not see the air in this map, although this map isn't particularly good for the air since you can't really go much around and all the objectives are really close together. Although you could get a few bombs off pretty nicely. But the woods in the middle is able to control the whole city pretty well. So the Speedfire kind of overspams this position, and Airborne has no other ways of retreating. He doesn't have a barracks there, and probably you should use these forces to secure this depot, since Speedfire can push now easily with the barracks down. I guess he took it out with the Gaubitzes. Stag is still working at a random heavy infantryman, and Airborne introduces more infantry to the mix, as well as Speedfire does. Do we see an any admin? No, I think the Speedfire has a clear economical edge here, although it will pay back in a couple of minutes more. It's still behind in economy, since investing in admin rebuilding is kind of risky. But there's no air and there's no bombers, so it makes complete sense, especially in this map. So the recons are really strong in this one. They're just pumping up. The Sturm Grenadier almost gets some damage off, and Speedfire will introduce more infantry. Now he decides to retreat those forces, which were suffering from the Stug attacks. And not the place you want to be in. And the reinforcement doesn't have very long. He still can reinforce. He didn't try to make it for the town, since the infantry could get slaughtered here. Although you can go a bit around if you have the numbers and force some retreat. But he's doing really well. I mean, there shouldn't be any problems winning the airborne. Although airborne has opted to go for the administrative building himself instead of pushing hard. Oh, and the Sturm Grenadiers almost gets a couple of hits off. Although manages to retreat in orderly fashion. Everyone has secured his 5th depot with no problems, as well as Speedfire. They're both pumping money pretty safely now, so it's all about the micro in the middle. There's a couple of infantrymen just running around in random positions. Although this died, but Haubitz is going to take care of it. Let's see, it seems like Speedfire will try to push for this depot, which will make sense. If he gets that depot, he's pretty much locked up this game. No way, he's already ahead. Yeah, and finally we see the airfield has been introduced, and the second admin as well. So Speedfire is definitely respecting his opponent and trying to make it for the long game, especially since the supplies will be ending now. As you can see, those depots have ended already, and Speedfire has actually managed to get this depot as well. So he has a clear economical edge, a clear point advantage, and it should be a textbook win for him. Not much going on here as of now, just Stugs working at the infantry in the woods, although not making much damage, seems. It should route a little bit more. The howitzers are shooting this as well, so it's pretty even in terms of... So yeah, the airborne probably decides to drop an airfield for himself. We can see the Stukas coming in, trying to work it out.
Battle time reached.
Yeah, so he starts out by taking the first recons, which is a really good advantage. Will we see airborne? Yeah, he's making fighters. Oh, and even has bombers here. Airborne manages to use camo efficiently now. And since Speedfire has no recon in the area, he won't be able to get that admin to surely lock his victory up. But then again, a card wasted is a card wasted, and it doesn't seem the airborne has any opportunity to take a card from Speedfire as well. Speedfire is happy with his positioning overall and will just happily make the 2 more admins, which is 3 admins. I think a little bit more excessive, but given the time frame, there's still a lot of room to wiggle here, especially since there are no extra depots. What I think he really needs to do in order to win this pretty easily is just secure this depot, not allow airborne to get any money. So the bombers bombed on airfield, not the airfield, I mean the artillery base, and this will take out the AA of any question. The money has been run out of map, except for Speedfire, who still has the depot available with 117 bucks in it. The Stugs aren't really unable to kill something. It's pretty weird, although now he has decided to shoot in the guys which are running in the open, especially at the howitzers. Speedfire is going greedy. Since he wants to make Stukas and bombers, he doesn't have a good enough fighter count, so he will rely on a couple of flags to get the edge he needs. Airborne, on the other hand, is just not being able to use... Well, he did make a bunker, but he focused on getting the fighters now, first. And Speedfire is going as far as introducing fake planes to the mix, since the fighter count is really high, and the flags aren't really able to work. Now, this fighter is probably dead. Okay, the bomber comes in to get these guys out. And I don't think the... Oh, it did stop. Oh no, it got rerouted. Yeah, he's trying to do the line bombing and hopefully retreat. No, he's going for something else. Is he trying to force the camo? Yeah, he has no other options of trying to get those pesky admins, and he's using radio silence. Wow. I'm interested whether the Speedfire actually saw that. It would be interesting if he didn't saw that. Oh. Maybe he's focused somewhere and using macro. Oh no. Amazing play. Amazing airborne. You're the champ. Getting 2 admins, almost evening out the score. Although the macro worked pretty well, and Speedfire managed to get 3 infantrymen there. Amazing bomber using radio silence. Wow, such amazing stuff. If you can see by the score. I mean, the Speedfire is clearly winning in the field, but the infantrymen are going there. And also, the result was so close. And everyone kind of got his equalizer what he wanted. Now now the admins are 1-1, and the result is really close. I'm surprised to see this match went so far, and really well played bomber there, no doubt. Using radio silence to get that. Actually, camoed his base now. Not really. Doesn't really want that to happen again. Not sure why after you getting bombed. Maybe there was some fake plane. I don't think the JGC has fake planes. Oh, and the Speedfire manages to get a bombing run on the airfield. Although the airfield survives, the bomber will not. So there's nothing much new going on. The 3 infantrymen clearly didn't survive this. This game is kinda getting prolonged. Airborne managed to push the Speedfire a bit out and slay the remaining infantry, and Speedfire needs to reinforce this forest again. Although these are pretty much meat now. Since they were ordered to try to get these Cowbitzes, but reinforcements from Speedfire isn't going to allow that. The Speedfire is going to try to push for here and try to get this critical forest, and from that move there. Speedfire clearing up any extra points is good points, and he's clearing up any infantry he could find, while the airborne is trying to find any flags in the forests to make points of his own. A pretty huge battle here, with Speedfire kind of forced to retreat with a couple of recons, but he's taking his flags and just moving up, completely wiping out the airborne's. Airborne had like 8 fires, but now I can't see even a single one. Some of them got bombed, some of them got hit, and some of them got killed by fighters. These guys are going to get locked up, I think, from both sides, here and here. Makes complete sense. Some thugs are still alive, doing the work. Getting a flag there. Oh, what a nice engage here. Airborne really shows us he's willing to fight till the end, and he does it really good. Trying to force something out of it. And given the situation he was in, I thought it was over a little bit sooner than this, and Airborne has managed to stick his like an iron grip to this match and not to give up. A really amazing trade. Stacks are still working at it, and actually the Speedfire's troops was quite squished, but Airborne didn't have any troops left, so this is a GG. But yeah, surprising, like a little comeback, you may say, from the Airborne side. Well played, well executed strategy, and overall I just respect that he sticked into game and tried to make something work, and it actually worked. Like that bomber on the radio silence bomb 2 D-puts and equalized the score, and just amazing. Alright, thank you for watching, and let's see you in another game.